So we saw that this name of this chapter is Vibhuti Yoga, which means he talks about the manifestation of his powers. And we saw several reasons why this chapter is important and why we should pay attention to this chapter, because we have to bring it into practical use. That is the purpose of this chapter. So we saw several reasons. We are not going to look at it again. So shloka number 10, this is a new shloka. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti-purvakam dadami buddhi-yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. So here he is giving the price for this bhakta. What do I do for such a kind of a bhakta who has his life surrendered to me, who's thinking about me, is talking about me, is using his own life towards knowing me and singing my glories? To that he says that I will do the anugraha. What kind of anugraha? Satata yuktana. Satata yuktana means what? Adi Shankaracharya describes it as Nivritta Sarva Bahya Yeshananam. Looks like a complicated word, but basically he says that he has no interest in external activities. External worldly things is really not interested. To such a person, that is the meaning of the word Satata Yuktanam. Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. He is totally absorbed. Priti Purvakam, with love. He is absorbed with love in Ishvara. So what does he give for this person? Dadami Buddhi Yogam. So he says that this person who has done this bhakti, Buddhi Yogam, I give him the knowledge, the Atma Jnana. Adi Shankaracharya says Samyak Darshanam, which means the correct knowledge I give him to the person who is absorbed in me. And then Dadami Buddhi Yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Yena mam, by which upayanti te. He will come to me, or they will come to me. Like that he says. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa describes it as like this. A man confined within a dark room contacts a ray of light coming in through a tiny aperture. He gathers knowledge of the light to that extent. So if a small light is coming through a hole, then his knowledge is that, oh, this light is like this. It will come like this. So only the small knowledge he has. He gathers knowledge of the light to that extent. But as the aperture increases in size, his conception of the light widens. He has a different understanding of the light. A man in broad daylight has his own view of light. Similar to this, God reveals himself in varying degrees and aspects according to the nature and the attainment of his devotees. Based on that, we will get the grace accordingly. Like that, as Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says. So we'll go through the meanings. Tesham satata yuktanam. Tesham means to them, satata yuktanam, ever steadfast. Or as Adi Shankaracharya says, Nivritta Sarva Bahya Yeshananam. That means he has no interest in external activities. Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. Priti means love. With love, he engages in this act, or he is absorbed in this act. Dadami Buddhi Yogam. Dadami means to give. Buddhi Yogam. I give this Atma Jnana, or the Samyak Darshana, or the right knowledge. Tam, that Yena Mam, by which to me Upayanti te, by which he will come to me. So first, as we saw the steps, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, because of that the purity comes and the understanding of the God increases. Then he says, I will give him the knowledge. I will bless him with this knowledge by which he will come to me. Like that he says. So the general translation is, to those whose minds are always united with me in loving devotion, I give the knowledge by which they can attain me. Shloka number 11. It is a continuation from the previous shloka. Teshamevanukam partham ahamajnanajam tamaha nashayamyatma bhavasthaha jnanadipena bhasvata. So here first line we will break it as Teshamevanukam partham ahamajnanajam tamaha. He is clarifying the point about Buddhi Yoga. Whenever we talk in spirituality, we will say that we will lose whatever we get. Like that is also this knowledge we will lose. Whatever we get, we will lose. Meaning, is this also included in it? Will we lose God also? Like that the question is asked. No, it is not like that. How is it divided? That is, one is said to be sadhyasya siddhihi. That is, what is it? Is I do not have this object. Suppose I do not have a mobile phone. Okay, I have to earn the money to get the mobile phone. So this is called the sadhyasya siddhihi. So these kind of objects, we will lose it. because tomorrow I could lose my mobile phone. Anything else I acquire in my life, power, possession, money, relationships, anything will be lost because I don't have it and I get it. So anytime I will lose it. So the danger is there. The other class is called the Siddhyasya Siddhihi. So attaining what I already have. That is the Siddhyasya Siddhihi, and this knowledge is pertaining to the second class. What does it mean? We all know the story of the 10th man, right? So 10 people were crossing a river. After they crossed the river, the leader of that group said, "Oh, we crossed this river. Let's count and see if all our friends are here." So he started to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He forgot to count himself. And he started to cry. And all of them started to cry. Oh, one person was lost. He fell into the river. Maybe we lost him. We lost him. So one onlooker who was passing by, he said, "Why are you crying?" So this person said, "No, we lost one person in the river. We don't know what happened to him." So he said, "How many people were there?" There were 10 people. So this wise person, this onlooker, he knew what had happened. He said, "Okay, start to count again." This person starts to count, this leader. He goes up to 9 and he stops. And then this wise person, he says, he points a finger at him, 10. So then he comes to know, yes, I didn't count myself. Similar to that, what happened? He didn't lose himself. He was very much there. He didn't know to count himself. Similarly, like sometimes absent-minded people, what we do, we put the glasses on top of the head and we look for it. And then somebody says, "Oh, actually it is there on top of your head only." So similar to that is this jnana. We don't have to acquire it. It is there, but it is covered by ignorance and we don't know it. So this is the second class, Siddhyasya Siddhihi, which means we already have it. So we will never lose it. Only thing is we have to uncover it. And how do we uncover it? By reading these things again and again. So that's why this knowledge will not be lost. And Ishvara Jnanam is equal to Ajnana Nivritti. Means removal of ignorance only, Ishvara Jnana. Knowing God means what? Removal of this ignorance. And in this sloka, an analogy is given to that of the lamp. We'll see the meanings and then we'll come to the analogy of how Adi Shankaracharya describes the sloka. So we will see the meanings. Tesham eva, tesham for them, eva only, anukampartam. Anukampartam means out of compassion. Aham ajnanajam tamaha. Aham ajnanajam. So I am ajnanajam tamaha. Tamaha means the darkness. Born out of ignorance for them. Those people he is describing. Out of compassion, what does he do? Nashayami. Atma bhavastaha. So I will destroy their darkness. I will destroy their ignorance. Like that he says, Nashayami Atma bhavastaha. Staha means dwelling. Atma bhava means I am residing in you only. As a pratyagatma, I am inside you only. I will destroy the darkness. Jnana deepena bhasvata. So here only he is giving the analogy. Jnana of knowledge, deepena bhasvata. So with the luminous lamp of knowledge. Like that he says. So he gives this promise to the bhaktas. So people say, okay, if I do bhakti, what will happen? He gives this dadami buddhi yogam, I will give them the knowledge. And then he says that out of compassion for them, what I will do as a pratyagatma, I will remove their darkness. I will light the lamp of knowledge. Like that he is saying here. Bhasvata means luminous and deepena means with the lamp. So here the general translation is, out of compassion for them, I who dwell within them, destroy the darkness born of ignorance with the luminous lamp of knowledge. But Adi Shankaracharya has given a deep meaning. So he says that usually light we equate it to knowledge. That is very clear. Light is knowledge. What he is talking as a lamp, the light is a knowledge. The darkness we usually equate it to ignorance. But in this, Adi Shankaracharya has equated to the effect of the ignorance, which is the delusion, moha. So darkness here relates to moham, because of which we are deluded in this world, thinking the untrue to be true. So that is the darkness. And Atmajnana is a light, which is said in the shloka. And then Adi Shankaracharya says that bhakti is the oil in this lamp. Bhakti is only going to help you to get to the Atmajnana. So he says that the oil in the lamp is the bhakti. There is a little bit of wind that is required to keep the lamp alive. Like little, not too much wind, but you need that wind for the lamp to be burning. So that is the mumukshutvam, or the intense desire to know about God, to reach God. Like that desire should be there. So that is the light continuous wind that he says. Swalpa vayuhu, like small little wind should be there, and that is this intense desire for liberation. And he says that the thread that we put in the lamp is this tapas or this austerity or this continuous practice. Only then the lamp will be alive. So we have to keep the thread of the tapas or this austerity going. And there might be a strong wind. There will be attack from the outside world through our senses and through our mind. So chitta nivritti and indriya nivritti, that is the control of the senses, damaha and the shamaha, should be practiced to keep the lamp burning. So what were the things that we saw here? Atma is the light. Moham is the darkness. The oil in the lamp is the bhakti. The continuous little wind is the mumukshutvam, or the desire for liberation, or the desire to know about God. The thread is the tapas or austerity. We must protect ourselves from the strong wind by having the control of the mind and control of the senses. That is how we will keep the lamp alive. Like that, he explains this analogy more deeper. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says for this, the policeman is patrolling at night, carries a lantern with the aid of which he sees the persons loitering about. So he will hold the lamp far away and he will keep seeing in the streets who is going. Like that he will see. But this lantern does not disclose its carrier. So policeman will not hold it close to himself. He will just hold it far away and he will walk and see who is going on the street. So if he, however, turns it on to himself, the others then come to know who he is. Likewise, Ishvara reveals nature and its contents, but keeps himself hidden. Nobody can see him except through his grace and compassion. So the more you move closer to Ishvara, then he starts to show his real face. Like that, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa explains it. So in the next 7 shlokas, Arjuna is going to talk. All the 7 shlokas up to shloka number 18 will be Arjuna's shlokas. And he is going to convey the following messages in these shlokas. He is going to tell Krishna what he has understood, and he will express his faith in Krishna's words, that I totally trust you. What you are telling is absolute truth, and like that he is going to express. And then he will request the Saguna Swarupam of Lord Krishna to be told to him, or his powers and manifestations from his own mouth, from Krishna's mouth, he is going to request. What are the lessons we learn from this? It conveys, so what does the ideal disciple do? He will convey to the Guru what he has understood. He will say, this is what I have understood. Like that he will say to the Guru. And then he will express his faith in the Guru and Guru's words. Like that he will express, what you are telling is absolute truth, is based on the scriptures, and right now I'm not maybe able to understand, but this is the truth. I have no doubt about it. Like that the faith will be there for him. And he will also say what he further wants. That also he will express. He will not just be a passive person. He will also express to the Guru, this is what I want to know, or this is what I want to learn, or can you elaborate on this? Like that he will express his wants also. So this is the qualities of the ideal disciple. So here first shloka, the meaning is Arjuna Vacha. So Arjuna says, Param Brahma Param Dhama. So he describes Krishna like this, Param Brahma. You are Param Brahman, the Supreme Brahman itself. Param Dhama. You are the highest abode, or the highest goal, or the highest intelligence. Like that he says, Param Dhama. Dhama can refer to all these things, abode, goal, or intelligence. Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. So you are the supreme pavitram, is purifier. You are the supreme purifier. Bhavan is, when you are showing respect, you say Bhavan. So he is giving respect to Shri Krishna and he is saying, you are the supreme purifier. Purusham Shashwatam Divyam. So Purusham Shashwatam. Purusham means Purishete, sitting in all the bodies as a Pratyagatma, as a witness. That meaning is given for Purusham. And Purnatvat, that is, it is also pervading everywhere, that your existence or this Satchitananda is the one that pervades everything. Hence Purusham. Like that the meanings are given. So the two meanings was Purishete, sitting in all the bodies, and Purnatvat, pervading everywhere. Purusham, Shashvatam, you are eternal. Divyam, Divyam means in his own greatness. It is not borrowed greatness from somebody else. You are in your own greatness, Divyam. Adidevam, so you are the primal being. Because Krishna himself said, I am the source of all the sages and the devas, like that he said. So he addresses him as the Adidevam, or the primal being. Ajam, again the unborn, and Vibhum. Vibhum is great, he pervades everything. There are so many meanings, and he's showing his manifestations. So all those meanings are given. He is pervasive, he has different manifestations, like that. So the general translation is, Arjuna said, you are the supreme Brahman, the supreme abode, the supreme goal, the supreme purifier, the eternal God, the primal being, the unborn, and the greatest. Then he continues again. Ahustvam rishayas sarve devarshirnaradastatha asito devalo vyasah swayam chaiva bravishime. So here he says that Devarishis, such as Ahustvam Rishayas Sarve. Ahuhu means they declare. Tvam, you, Rishayah, all the sages, all the Devarishis also, like what? Narada and Devalaha, Vyasaha. So they declare it. They proclaim. The great sages like Narada, Devala, Vyasa proclaim this. And now you are declaring it to me yourself. Swayam cha eva bravishime. Swayam means personally, eva, even bravishi. You are declaring it to me. So they all talked about your greatness. Look at me, how lucky I am that you yourself are telling me the greatness of yours. Like that, Arjuna is addressing Krishna. So the general translation is, the great sages like Narada, Asit, Deval, and Vyas proclaim this, and now you are declaring it to me yourself. 14. Sarvametadritam manye yanmam vadasi Keshava nahite bhagavan vyaktim vidurdevanadanavaha. Here he says that, Krishna, I express total faith in you. Whatever you say, Ritam Manye, meaning that everything is the truth. I accept everything you have said is nothing but the truth. Sarva Yetat, this everything, Ritam is the truth, Manye, I accept it to be the truth. That means what? He is expressing his faith in Krishna's words. Yanmam Vadasi Keshava. Yet which Mam Vadasi, what you tell me, O Keshava, Keshava meaning the killer of the demon named Keshi. So you are the one. Basically, inner esoteric meaning is you are the one who kills the demons inside us. Like that, you are so great. So Keshava, whatever you have told me is definitely the truth. Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim. O Lord, neither gods or the demons, Bhagavan Vyaktim Viduhu, like he is talking about the understanding of the Devas, Devaha, na Danavaha. So two people is talking about the Devas, nor the Danavas. Can understand your true personality. Like that he is saying. Even the Devas and Rishis, he said, who are so superior beings, they couldn't know you in entirety. How can the Asuras know you? Basically meaning what? People with the impure mind. How can they know you? Like that he is saying here. What message we are taking from this? People will say that, oh, Bhagavad Gita is very nice. When I read it, it is very nice. But you know what? It is not practical. What Krishna's words are not practical. How can you be without detachment? How can you follow all the things that he's saying? But that is not the spirit. We must study this. Whatever Krishna is telling is practical. It has to be implemented. That should be the mindset. Bhagavan we have seen before. He has 6 qualities. Bala, omnipotence. Dharma, righteousness. Aishwarya, lordship. Shri is wealth and beauty. Jnana is knowledge. Vairagya is dispassion. So Bhagavan, when we refer to Bhagavan, he has all these 6 qualities. Such is the nature of this Bhagavan, like that Arjuna knows. So the example is given. Sun is actually bigger than the earth, but it appears small to us because of the distance we have from the sun. Similarly, our distance from God is very, very, very big. That is why we are not able to see his true nature. Once this distance will become less, then we are able to see more of God. General translation is, O Krishna, I totally accept everything you have told me as the truth. O Lord, neither gods nor demons can understand your true personality. Like that Arjuna says. Shloka number 15. स्वयमेवात्मनात्मानं वेत्थत्वं पुरुषोत्तम भूतभावन भूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते. So here Arjuna, out of bhakti, he expresses the following words. You yourself indeed, Atmana. Atmana means by yourself. Atmanam, yourself. You know yourself by yourself. Vettattva, that is, know yourself. You know yourself by yourself. Purushottama, Purusha Uttama. This we will see in more detail in the 15th chapter. But basically, it says that Purusha, when you say Purusha, you mean the individual, and he is residing in this Puri or the city of Prakriti temporarily, or this nature. We are all come into this world temporarily. But Purushottama means he occupies the Puri or the city of Prakriti permanently. So this name is given, O the Supreme Purusha also it means. And we will see in much greater detail in the 15th chapter. Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha. Bhuta Bhavana. That is you are the creator of all the beings. Bhuta Isha. You are the Lord of everything. Deva Deva Jagatpate. You are the God of the gods. Deva Deva Jagatpate. You are the Lord of the universe. He describes God in different ways here, expressing his bhakti, expressing his love, expressing his devotion towards Krishna. So he says, indeed, you alone know yourself by yourself, because the greatness is so much that other individuals are not able to know it in the entirety. O Supreme Personality, you are the creator and the Lord of the beings, the God of the gods and the Lord of the universe. Like that, he addresses. Lord's value is held differently by different individuals. Somebody says, I am going to sell a diamond. A person who is a vegetable vendor, he will say, okay, for this I will give 10 bags of brinjals. A shopkeeper will say, I will give 2 bags of rice for this diamond. And a cloth merchant will say, I will give 1 roll of cloth for this diamond. But only another diamond merchant will know the true value of the diamond. Then he is continuing again, Shloka number 16. वक्तुमर्हस्य शेषेण दिव्या ह्यात्मविभूतयः याभिर्विभूतिभिर्लोकान् इमांस्त्वं व्याप्य तिष्ठसि. So here he says, Arjuna says, you pervade the world by your opulence, O Supreme Lord. Please describe all your divine opulences to me, because the entire pervasion of this world is by your opulence. Like that, Arjuna says to Krishna here. Vaktum arhasi. Vaktum, to describe. Please do describe to me. Because why? You are the competent one to describe all these things. Asheshena, completely you describe to me. Divyaha, your own glories. He, indeed, Atma Vibhutayaha, your own Vibhutayaha, your own manifestations. Describe to me your own glories and your own manifestation. Yabhihi, Vibhutibihi, opulences, Lokan, by which manifestations and opulences, all the words, Imam Twam Vyapya Tishtasi. You are pervading this world by all your opulences, and because of your opulences only, the world exists. Like that he is saying. So please describe to me your divine opulences, by which you pervade all the worlds and reside in them. O Supreme Lord. Like that, Arjuna addresses Krishna. Shloka number 70. Katham vidyamaham yogin tvam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintyosi bhagavan maya. So here we will break it as Katham vidyamaham yogin utanna and tvam sada parichintayam. And ask 2 things. First, how do I know you? And how can I think about you? So the 2 things he is asking about. So we will see the meanings. So here Katham Vidyamaham Yogin. Katham, how? Vidyamaham Yogin. Shall I know your Yogamaya or your Supreme Shakti, because of which everything was manifested? Tvam Sada Parichintayan. how can I always, parichintayan means meditate or constantly think about you. Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu. Keshu keshu means in what, bhaveshu forms, chintyaha asi, to be thought of, Bhagavan Maya. Can I think of you? How can I always meditate upon you? And in what forms can you be thought of constantly? Like that he said. Chintyaha asi Bhagavan Maya. So to be thought of Maya, by me. Like that he is asking. So two things are there. He's asking Krishna for two things. What is it? Ishvara Jnana. What is the information? Give me the information. That is what he is saying by how can I know you? With that question he is saying, give me the Ishvara Jnana. And the second thing he is saying is, how can I think about you? Is the Ishvara Drishti. Is what? The transformation. So there is information, there is transformation. And there is a big gap. Gap is where? In the mind and in the intellect. We are not able to connect these two things. So he is asking Krishna, please give me these two information. So I will reduce the gap. The example is given like this, that a mother, when the child is away, when she sees the toy, she will remember about the child. Like that, when things are there in the world, we can use that to connect it to Ishvara. We should use this knowledge that Krishna is giving to connect it to Ishvara, to close the gap between information and the transformation. There is a gap, the Ishvara Jnana and the Ishvara Drishti. We know that there is a Ishvara. Even we may know that there is a manifestation of his powers as vibhutis, but we are not able to connect it in our daily lives. So this is what Arjuna is giving. Please tell me a way in which I can close this gap. Like that, Arjuna is saying here. General translation is, O Supreme Master, how may I know you and think of you? And while meditating, in what forms can I think of you? Like that he says. Shloka number 18, last of the series, is continuing. Vistarenatmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana bhuyah kathaya triptirhi shrunvato nasti me mrutam. So here he is saying that please give me in detail. He uses these words again, yogam, which is the Shakti, and vibhutim is the manifestation of the Shakti. Please give in detail all these things. What is your Shakti and what is the manifestation of all these Shaktis? Again tell me, bhuyaha, he also uses the word. Again tell me, till what time? I'm not satisfied. He says, I'm not satisfied at all. It looks like, I'm not content with what I have heard. Therefore, please, because this is a nectar to my ears, so I want you to tell me again this glory of yours. Like that, Arjuna requests. So, Vistarena, so in detail, Atmanaha yogam vibhutim. Atmanaha means your yogam, your Shakti, and vibhutim is your manifestation of the Shakti, Janardana, O Krishna. Bhuyaha kataya triptirhi. Again, kataya means describe, triptirhi, till my satisfaction. Shrunvataha means hearing, na asti me amritam. So, hearing this nectar, I have not had satisfaction yet. Na triptirhi, he says, not had any satisfaction hearing this, because this is nectar, I want more and more. Like that he is saying. So people will say, when are you going to finish? When are you going to finish? Like that. For us, he is giving the message that no, do it till you get satisfied with it. It is not about finishing it or reading it or closing the book. It is about how much you absorb it and how much you get satisfied. Till that point you feel, yes, I've totally absorbed it. It is nectar. Like that. Do it till the time you are satisfied. General translation is, tell me again in detail your divine glories and manifestations. O Janardana, I can never tire of hearing your nectar. So with this, he closes the, what he had to say, his expression of faith, and what he had to ask. With this, he closes. And in the next shloka, Krishna is going to talk and he is going to describe all his glories up to the end of this chapter. It is a description of his vibhutis. What is he going to say in the next shloka is, yes, there are so many. I can't talk about everything because it is limitless. So I will give you samples, like how in an exhibition, You don't put everything that is available in that shop, right? You will handpick the best ones and you will put it in the exhibition. Like that, Krishna is going to say, it is just limitless. My glories, I cannot tell everything, but I will choose the best and I will tell you. Like that, from shloka number 19 up to the end of the chapter, Krishna is going to give the best of his opulences. And we will see what they are.